Alright, project on hand today. Got the old Stihl 180C. Gonna try and put a new pull cord on it that is not a Stihl brand. And I know they make these things tricky, so that way you have to take it to them to service it. So we will see if I can get it done. Got the T25 bit, seems to be what size it is. I'll start by running all the screws of the casing out. That one there was a little tricky. Hopefully these will just pop out of here. The fuel lid and the bar and chain lid, they can be a little tricky because you have to get them just right to pop them out. No specialty tools for this. Just gotta have some magic fingers or a little Allen head wrench. Got it out. That wasn't too bad. Now we've got to fight around this handle, which I'm sure will be just as fun. So I think this orange casing needs to pop off out of the way. But I'm gonna try and just fight around it instead of fighting with it, hopefully. Fighting the fuel lid sinks. There we go. Alright. Get this handle up out of the way. Probably a crude way of going about it, but I got it off there and only managed to lose one screw. Alright, let's see if we could look at what we're working with here. So I guess I'm just gonna start taking stuff apart and see where we end up. Need to get deflected. So let's see, let's pop this little clip off. Maybe. There we got it. Okay, so the clip successful. Next we've got whatever this is, and I'm just going to take these off and stack them up as they come out. There's that piece there. Stack them in order, shouldn't have any issues. Got a washer. And then finally, the main component here. It'll come out of there. Guess it could just be dumped out. Alright, so the spring's still in there. Down on the bottom, if you can see. And this piece here, this is where we're after. You can see where the last one broke. So we'll just pop that out of there. The new brand of handle I got, some off-brand. Should work fine. Take this. And don't forget to thread your rope there through the hole on the outside first. Now we just need to figure out where this comes to be. Okay, I can see the opening. It's a little small, so I guess it'd be kind of a question if it'll actually go in there. This rope's a little bigger than what was in there before. But one way or another, we're gonna make it happen. I think I'm gonna trim the end of this rope off or it'll burn it. so it's not so rigid going through the hole. And it does make it a little floofier on the ends, but that's okay. I believe it's going in there. You can see it just starting to poke out the other side. Right in there, you can see it through this little opening. But it is fighting me a bit. But the little chintzy rope they had on here before, I was surprised it lasted as long as it did. Might be better to have a pick for this particular instance, but it's okay. I wonder. I think I'm just gonna try and drill that hole out a little bit. That way it'll fit this bigger rope. Gotta bust out the old toe bolt for this one. All my Milwaukee's are on the service truck at the moment. But hopefully, I don't just tear this whole thing up trying to do this, but I think it'll be worth it if it works. Yeah, drilled it right out. Pretty easy. So now we'll see if it'll go through there. A little easier, hopefully. Thinking about reburning the end now. Now I think it would be more beneficial to leave that end on there. Yeah. At least let me recut it from where I was shoving it through. There we go. Alright, now we're in business. Right in. So now the trick is to get it to go up. And we got it. So let's tie this off really good. Smaller knot, the better for that pocket. So I'm going to tie this in a very tight knot and then stuff it in there. It fits perfect. And I'm just going to trim off some of these fuzzies. Slicing my finger would be cool. Just slice it on the table. Oh, so we've got that, fits perfectly down in there. So now I'm just going to wind it, I reckon. Which hopefully I'm going the right way. If not, this will be fun. So as long as you didn't forget the orientation at which this goes together. We've got that. So I suppose you should be able to wind it after the fact. This on there. Actually, I think it was. If I don't have this upside down, I think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, that looks like it makes more sense. I only wonder now is if I'm for sure putting it on backwards. So that popped on there. Now we go with washer. The washer cannot be next. Okay, so once you put it on the wrong way, it does not want to come off, so I would recommend not doing that. Makes this. And we need our washer, as long as it's not. Well. PC. Next to this piece here, without all the fuzzies. Those aren't necessary. And then the clip. Now we can move on to the handle. And also run it through our steel plate here. We're going to pull it out just to give it some tension on it. Go ahead and tie our knot. Cut off our excess. Get that knot in the middle bracket, which is not gonna stay. Do that out when we do it. Just because I cut it off a little short. There we go. I think we've got it. You know how we do. The funnels around this joint. Go ahead and fill that on up. We'll frame our little lid right back on. Well, minus my rope being a little too long, and I lost a screw over here, I'd say that went okay. I only had to get angry about 6 times. So that correlates perfect with anything to do with a chainsaw ever. Hope that was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed it.